Hello, my beautiful black queens out there all over the world in Hood, USA. It is I, your sister, coming to you once again with another uplifting podcast and a beautiful message to a blessage that is to put into your ear. As you do know, Jesus is in the place. He's in my place. I hope he's in your place, but everywhere you are, there he is. He is here. And if you are here, then you can feel him in the atmosphere. Hello. Thanking God for who he is, being a God of a second chance. Thank him for not being another snob like one of us. Thank you, God, so much for everything that you've done. I thank God so much for this vision. I thank Him for PLM and the Nation of Recovering Addicts. I thank Him for everything, especially His Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit who warms us up on the inside when the cold, cool world has treated us so bad on the outside. I know you feeling me, right? There is a time to play and there's a time to be real. And in these days, it's time to be real. We have no time for, to role play in our real life because our life is real. Everything that happens in our life is real. So, in this podcast, the Holy Spirit whispered in my ear to tell you to watch out for role players. The role players are a part of the enemy's plan. Okay, he's a part of his cast. In other words, to put the drama in your life. Okay, and that's only to deter you, get you off focus. And I'm gonna tell you something. That could be anyone. The enemy has been trying to take my podcast and use it against me. Okay, I'm not a fool. Uh-uh. I'm not slow or anything, and neither are you chosen ones. Neither are you. And the people that he chooses to play that role in your life could be anyone. It could be anyone. He can influence anyone. Anyone. Okay. I've been fooled. Just like many people, we've been fooled to return to a toxic relationship. And when we get back into that relationship, things become worse than what they were before you left that relationship the first time. So, and then uh, you find yourself going through so many things. And I'm going to keep it real with you. Truth is, some of us, God has taken out of those toxic relationships and he actually and literally is taking care of you, you know? So he's speaking to you through what you are experiencing, okay? So when you're experiencing God's love, it's because he done moved you from that place, right? Then when you return to that place, you experience him again. And what he's doing now is showing you, see, when I had you in your comfort zone, when I had you away from all of this, you were okay. Okay, so don't make that mistake to return when God has made pavilion for you, provisions for you to be somewhere and be happy there. Okay, now the role players, let's get to them. Role players are simply people who the enemy is using to make you worry or panic you, make you lose your cool so you can act like the angry black woman or the angry black man. They try to cross you up in conversation, dismiss you like you don't matter, or anything of that matter. Okay? So just be careful not to walk into the trap of the enemy. Even if you do walk into the trap of the enemy, you'll get out. You'll get out because you know what's happening. So when someone comes at you and they're supposed to be educated or professional, or they're supposed to be someone that is on, you know, supposed to be on your team or whatever in your life to be have your back, you have to hit these people how they come at you. The people on the higher scale that's supposed to be educated or professional or whatever that is, come on, we got principalities in high places. You hit them with your education. And you let them know you're not messing with an ordinary person here. Okay? And you have to do that. You have to let them know because the enemy is afraid of you. And the enemy is this big demon. He's afraid of you because now you are mature in the spirit. So when those role players come at you, the role players are going to come at you so plainly, but try to, do it in a way where it's not so noticeable. But you notice it and you know what they're doing and they know what they're doing too. But you got to get yourself up in the spirit. You already done been matured. You've already done been educated. So, and when those people in your family, bloodline, or whatever, when they come at you because they done flipped out on you and they give you clues, they give themselves away with too much information. You be like, well, how did you know that? I didn't tell you that. You know what I mean? There's so many people that do this, so you have to be careful and know these things because somebody come like the ones that are supposed to be in your circle when they come at you and they tell you things like ooh, this right here, you're like, how do you know that? I didn't tell you that. And why would you assume that? I mean, I just did this and did this. But you have to be on your P's. When you find them doing that, you know what you have to do. Okay. And this is, like I say, the plan of the enemy to steal your joy, make you feel powerless, to make you feel worthless, to make you feel that way. But that's not who you are. And like I said, the enemy is this big, giant demon, and he's after you, but you're not afraid. Now, I was watching a documentary where these big whales, they came up on the beach and these big whales they call them beach whales when once they got to the shore, and it was like hundreds of these big beach whales, and they was like whatever scared them out of that water must have been bigger than what they were for these big beach whales to, you know what I mean, come to shore. You feel me? If they could have walked out of that water, I know they would have, but they swam and they threw them big selves onto that beach. So the enemy is trying to come after you, but you don't run from him. And that tests him. It really does. And it'd be like this: testing one, two, three, testing one, two, three. He's always coming with a test for you. You feel me? But God is the best tester. He's the best teacher because when he testing you, he don't make a sound. No, he give you the test. He don't let you even know that you're being tested. But the enemy, he will let you know. He'll come across a microphone, testing one, two, three, testing one, two, three. And then that will automatically, whatever the enemy is about to do, he makes himself known that he's going to do this. That is, this is what he's about to try. So you have to stay calm, cool, and collected at all times, even when you are walking. Okay, and you take your time and you pace. There are lots of people that are riding, but I'd rather be walking to handle my business than to be riding to mind someone else's. You know what I mean? Because that says a lot about people's character when they come at you like that, chosen. So you have to be aware of these role players. These role players are everywhere. Okay, but there are people in this world, like I told you, the children against suicide, God's children against suicide. We always tell you that there are 8.2 billion people in this world and that one person is not to die for. No, that group of people, I like for you to imagine a king size mattress and just that little corner over there on the side, right, that corner, where you tuck in that little sheet right there. That's those people. Just that little bit. It is 8.2 billion people in the world. Okay, and what did Jesus come for? He came to die for the world. Okay, a lot of people have forgotten that. They've forgotten that Jesus came to die for the world, and including you, no matter how much they may dislike you. I tell you, they dislike you, and you know this because of someone else's fake glory. Okay? Because that's right. Yes. At one point in our lives, we're not perfect. None of us are. But at one point in our lives, we have been fooled and influenced to do something. So when we see people that are doing things because they're influenced and they are fooled to do it, hey, we got to forgive them. They're just role playing, and that's it. They're in a bad, like low budget movie, underpaid actors. So just fall back and let them act. Let them do their thing. Let them make that effort, because when we make an effort, what we making efforts for? We're making efforts for what? Improvement in our life, in our style, the way that we are. We are making improvements. And plus, the biggest improvement you can do is self improvement. That's your gift. That is your gift, your self awareness, your gift. Your gift. I want you to take out, uh, uh, you know, uh, later on today, because you don't have to do this now. But what I want you to do is give yourself a self examination of what it is that is strong about you. What do you find about yourself that is your strength? Your number one, my number one strength, just to tell you all, my number one strength is my heavenly Father. He is the stronghold behind me. I'm the body because I have a body, but my shadow is Him. You feel me? And being that He is in me, He is my body and my shadow. And when the role players come at us playing that role for their people, we have to fall back and let them do that, because what they want you to do, and I'm talking to African American beautiful black women, they want you to act out like the angry black woman. Don't do that. I represent us everywhere I go, and I'm going to fall back off of people who are trying to do that because they're role playing. You understand what I'm saying? So they have to do that to fit in, you know. And when you have the spirit of discernment, you know when somebody role playing. You can tell by what they're doing. I'm like, hey, that's on you. If you want to be a big 25-year-old woman sit back there acting like you in third grade, that's on you. If you want to be looking 50, but you're that age and you sitting back and you taking on a role for someone else. That says a lot about people's character. And it's not that we judge them, we call it like we see it. Exactly. And that's the way you have to keep a strong mind. Chosen ones, I'm telling you, in this world, there are so many people who are selfish. It's more of them than us. There are people who will put you in situations on purpose to prove they're wrong to be a right against you. Okay, I don't know who this is for, but I'm gonna tell you something. That thing, that situation is gonna come to the light. God is going to shed light on what's happening. So don't worry. God is going to shed a big, beaming, bright light on what is going on in your life, because He's getting fed up. And he's getting angry, and the wrath of God will come upon the heads of people for you on your behalf, because the enemy is an opposer. He's going to try to oppose you. Hey, what do you think ops are? They're the opposite. They're against you. And since he's this big old giant demon, and he can jump this and jump to that one, jump to that one, jump to that one. That's just the way it is. Keep your cool. I'm gonna tell you a testimony. I went to my son's ceremony for his graduation, and when I came up, um, I'm dressed in African attire for this occasion. And when I came up on the school grounds, there was a outdoor attendant, you know, and she had an attitude. I don't know, some who made her mad. People go through so many things, in their life. So that's another part that we have to overlook. That no one is perfect, so we have to overlook them. But if you cannot speak to them and make sense with them, then that's when you step off. And this woman, she had a bad attitude that day, And I walked up, and the first thing she tells me is, "You can't take that in there, your purse." Okay, so I said, "Okay, do you know where I can take it?" "I don't care where you take it." You feel me? So I was like, "Okay, let me go and take it here." And so another woman came up, and she did the same exact thing. So the other woman, she walks behind me, and she has her head down. So I said, what's wrong?" Because she was really, sensitive. She wanted to. So I said, that's just the enemy. Don't worry about that. That's just what he does. I mean, whatever your history is, whatever it is about you, he's going to try that. He's going to try you. He's going to try to upset you. Of course he will. You know what I mean? So that's when we have to understand that when he got kicked out of heaven, he took down people. I mean, angels, a third of angels. So whoever is, in charge of the role playing to cast this dramatized movie that these people play in your life, because they're playing and you're serious. Okay, but I just want you to understand and know this, that our Father has a sense of humor. So don't let them get you to the point where you lose your cool because they want to. And when they miss their chances at getting next to you, when they miss that chance, when the enemy missed that chance, he's going to come for you some more and more. And he hates the voice of the righteous. The wicked hate it. So when you speak your words, they'll try to twist your words. And when you get into them to look them straight in the eye, guess what happens? They close ranks. They close ranks because they're trying to set you up. They're trying to make simple conversations about your real life, and they're playing, I tell you. So you have to be on the look out. I mean, don't go around looking for people, because no, we don't look for people. We don't look for trouble, because trouble is easy to get into and so hard to get out. I'm telling you. And if trouble seems to follow you everywhere you go, it's by God's grace. No weapons formed against you will prosper. God always is letting people understand. He tries to get them to see that they are not Him. It don't matter what you have. You are not God. It don't matter what your position is on your job. You are not God. And you have no right to treat his people the way you do. And this is for you people that do that. You don't have a right to do that. So when they teaming up and role playing chosen ones, hey, let them role play, because their real life may be so, oh my gosh, harmful. It might be hurtful to them. Some of them could be in abusive relationships. Some, because everyone, we're not just walking around here all cheesy and happy. Some of their parents may be sick in the hospital. They may be going through that. Um, Someone maybe, just going through a whole lot, in their life, and they don't have anyone else to target. And when they are asked to join in, with the get along gang, of course, they're going to do that so they can forget what's going on in their lives. You know what I'm saying? They need to forget. They may be, trying to forget something really awful at home. Don't let those smiles fool you. Please don't. Because I tell you, in my sobriety, and I have taken the time to tell each and every little child that I have come in contact with about the enamel in your teeth, how that uh, demon substance could eat away at your enamel. And I have done live podcasts, and they could see. I want them to see this. There is no shame in my pain. So I stand on all 10 toes. I stand for something with purpose. It is my passion, and it is my power over the enemy, most definitely. And when he tried to stop me, God always make a way for me to get around all of that. He does, because he knows that some people will not believe you because of who is coming up against you. And that's been many times. Even have seen that so many times when people have spoken out about something and they were not believed at that moment. But as time went on, they did these same things to other people. And then the others that are with this person who may have some sense of power, they back off. they'll back off from them, and they'll leave them like I you know, I can't deal with that. I can't look out for you. Like those three guys. One filmed our brother being killed, and two killed him on in broad daylight, and they got videotaped. And they knew people with high rank in the justice system. I mean, hey, they were ex police officers, so that how many people done suffered in secret by their hand. And now that they have this sit down time for killing someone, I tell you, see, God don't move in our time, but when He move, He make a mighty move. So there are some people that they probably have not probably yeah, I won't say probably because I don't know them personally, but just from what they showed me, I could see that they were very racist people. I could see that. Anyone could see that. I mean, the last thing they said to our brother was let that nigga die. That was the last thing they said. And even people that guy that even called the police to report that Aubrey was there, he was really trying to intensify the call, not knowing he was getting somebody killed. He was about to get in a person's life just by making that phone call like that. And now that that has happened, I know he feels bad because you can tell by his demeanor while he's up there on that witness stand. So when people are role playing and coming at you like that, you hit them with your education. You let them know, look, that's not what it is. This is what it is. So whatever you have heard in your hearsay column, your gossip room, this is how it is. You feel me? And the enemy, he'll look at you and smile because he think he got you. Mm-mm. Your day haven't even begun yet. If you sit back smiling at somebody going through some pain, oh, your time has not even begun yet. You feel me? And so you just let the blind lead the blind, okay? And you stay on point because there's a lot of people who may be around you, not in your circle, directly in it, but they could see how laid back you are. How laid back you are. And they're just waiting for something to happen. They're just waiting. They're waiting. They call you, hey, how you doing? You like, I'm doing all right. How are you doing? And then when they're talking, you like, la la da da da. And they're like, I'm trying to tell you something. You just humming in the background. What you so happy for? And you're like, shoot, because I'm here. I'm here. That's why I'm happy. I'm happy because I'm drug free and I'm here. I might have three teeth. I may live in the hood. I may have a past of drug addiction, but I'm here and I'm happy to be here. Yes, it is. I am so happy to be here and to be a part of the nation of recovering addicts because this is going to go far for us. I am the voice of the African American black woman in America in the hood who are trying to get up out of there, who have skills and talents and gifts to move to the next level in life. You already know when you round crabs in a bowl, they're going to try to pull you back in there with them. They are. My sister, you done beat statistics. You wrote your own narrative about your own life. You took the pen out of statistics' hand. You snatched away the typewriter and started to type your own story. Of course, the enemy is going to be angry. Statistics is one of his children. The odds are his children. And you beat the odds. And you still beating them. Because when we beat drug addiction, the role players really come and hewn in on us. Oh, baby. It's like we are a flame and they are the moths. And as long as you don't say anything and you don't fight back, they're okay with that. But when the Lord strengthens you and you show your strength and you show your courage, that's when they got to gather more people. They got to get more. They got to get more to come for you because they're not anything on their own. So when they're trying to dismiss you off like you don't matter, you matter, baby. You matter. If you didn't matter, what's the problem? What's with the attitude? I didn't do anything to you. But just like other children was knows, and we know this by because of who we are. When we walk into any room, the atmosphere shifts. People come from miles around to see you. I live in the most historical city in Georgia, Savannah. And let me tell you something. When I am out, people come from all sides of town to see me, just to see me, to see how I'm progressing, what am I doing, how I'm living. I'm telling you, and I keep on thriving. So when the role players come for me, I sit right there. I'll do whatever I need to do that I came there to do, whatever that may be. I'm going to meet my bottom line because I am a favorite daughter of child of my heavenly Father. I am of His children, and He's gonna bless me going out and coming in. Is what He's gonna do. He's gonna make sure that I have. He's gonna make sure of that. And I'm gonna tell you something. Your breakthrough is on the way. Because when the enemy tried to close you in, when he tried to close you in, God gonna bust the roof out for you because it's a trap. They're trying to trap you up in, deprivate your character. Say, for instance, you left a guy, you left him, and that was too much like right. I've been in that situation. I left the guy. That was too much like right with me doing it that way without breaking a lamp, without starting a fight, without hurting someone, without going after someone. It was too much right for me to just say, I'm walking away from this. It was too much right for you to say, I'm going to leave off this job. I'm not going to do this. And then God got you in a different place. They'll call you back because now you have left and you are venturing out on your own. God blesses the loner because the loner depends on God. Okay? And when you left, that fella didn't know what to do. He was hurt and he was confused. So he had to bring you back so he could hurt you. And that's what a lot of people do. They role play to get you back. After you come back, then that's them. I fooled you. This is not what I wanted. I wanted to bring you back to destroy you because you left me. And when you left, you didn't have no issues with no one. None. No issues at all. But when he bring you back, there goes the issues. And people are so funny with jumping in on a part in a movie that they were bad acting in. They're so funny with that because they don't know the whole story. And then some of them do know the whole story. You know what it is? They just love to go along with other bullcrap. In this world, what is right is wrong, and what is wrong is right. Yes, it is. But like I say, you live in the dog eat dog world. The Bible says, do not cast your pearls before dogs. And I say, don't let the dogs of this world, don't get too close to them for the fleas to jump off of them and bite you and infect you for you to act out. No. So the enemy has been trying to use my podcast against me. And the only thing I'm doing is testifying what he is doing. So I can hear him in the background. What he's trying to say is, "Ooh, everywhere you go, something going on." Yeah, that's because I know what you're doing. You're trying to protect people that you know. So you're going to try to put it out there, okay? That everywhere that we go, something people try to attack us. That or we get into it with people. We're not purposely getting into it with people. Roll back that beautiful bean footage. You'll see how smoothly and nicely we walked up in that area, in that building, and how your people, your employees, or however they are going to be, how they treat people when they come into your establishment. Roll back the beautiful bean footage. You'll see. Because if they turn the cameras off and your entry, come on, and then the camera's gonna pop back on, that's not working. So when you do a surprise visit and go to an appointment, they're not ready for you. Mm-mm. They cannot get connect all the dots at once, so they have to do it as you are there. So be careful of the role players. Oh yes, some of them are some big dogs. Some of them are little puppies. But let me tell you, I have to retell you the story about Big Spike and Little Scrappy. Big Spike, Little Scrappy used to be around and giving him the praise and just, you know, hello, I want to be like you. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. See, Big Spike had a reputation of beating people up, but everybody that he beat up was smaller than him. Okay, so he looked inside of a hole in a junkyard, and they saw a mouse. Him and the little dog. So Spike went in there, and when he went in there to get the little dog, the little mouse, a big kangaroo came in there. It was a boxing kangaroo that had escaped from the zoo. And when he went in there to get that little mouse with his big self, the kangaroo was right there. Bop, 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 knocked him right back out the gate. And Scrappy saw him. Scrappy was like, Spike, come on, Spike. You're my guy. Get up. Go back in there. So he went back in there. And he went back in there. He saw the mouse. He goes, there he goes. Go get him, Spike. So Spike goes back in there. And he the big dog. And when he gets in there, that mouse runs. But the big kangaroo come out and tear him up again. Tear him up, flat that head, right on sight. So after a couple of times of Spike getting whooped around, Scrappy just lost faith in him. And Scrappy, he looks inside the gate and he see the mouse. So he rushes in there. And by this time, the big kangaroo gone. And little Scrappy, he beat up the mouse. So now when Big Spike look in there and see him tearing up this little mouse, he go, wow, 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 Scrappy. Scrappy even snatched the hat off his head. You're not the big dog. I'm the big dog. You see, so when the big giants come for you and they see your small little self, oh baby, our big guy is God, and God gonna fly that head. Every time they think they have the advantage over us, he gonna fly that head. Every time they think that they got you cornered, he gonna fly that head. He gonna have them scratching their heads, going over and reevaluating their whole life, that whole day, whatever they've done against you. You belong to God. He tells you that in Jeremiah. He tells you that you belong to Him. You represent the least of these. And everyone who thinks that they are better than you, that you're less than them, will see your rise. So every door that the enemy try to close on you, it's okay. He try to close you in, it's okay. Because God gonna bust the roof out. And when he busts the roof out, you would have more than any of them could ever imagine. Any of them, even your fake friends and false love family members. Never put anyone on a pedestal to praise them either, because they will disappoint you. But you don't have to argue with them. Just go ahead on and talk that out, and just don't mess with them. Every now and then, occasionally, okay, hey, how you doing? Because you know why? When they used to call you and you was happy and humming and bouncing around, they hated it. But now when they call you and you complain and you tell them your problem, they loving it. They love it so much that they'll take sides with the other person against you. And you have to understand you're a woman. And the world thinks that this world is a man's world. Many people think that this is a man's world. But you know the story. Satan was already here before mankind and womankind was here. He was always here whispering in the ears of people, telling them to sin against God, telling them to hurt people, telling them to down back, telling them to stop the chosen ones because our gift, our experience will confirm his existence. And it confirms that God is real, that he never sleeps, and that his son is real, Jesus Christ, and he's not dead. Everything that you go through, every trial, every tribulation, every test is confirmation that they exist. Everything. From just just a minor walk to a place and back. And I tell you, that enemy, he's a big giant, but you're not afraid of him. You are not made with a spirit of fear, but with the power of love and self control. So that's how you do it. People don't like for you to put them in their places. Oh no, they do not. You will be telling someone what they did to you. And you know what they'll do? I'm getting off this phone. They cannot hear it. They cannot hear it because they know they're responsible and they cannot hear it. So now this is what you do. Take it to God. He'll work it out. He's going to do everything you asked him to do. Because if they brought you back on that job to treat you like that, it's time to bounce. It's a setup there. If they gave you a place in a place where you know that you don't belong, it's time to bounce. If this guy bring you back into that relationship, even if it's a woman that bring you back in a relationship, only to treat you bad, turn people against you, make him and her look like they're so superb and perfect, God is going to shine a light on all those situations. If you're a child being molested, God going to shine the light on who doing that to you. If they told you no one is going to believe you, don't believe them because someone is going to believe you. Yes, somebody will. Somebody going to believe you, baby. But the world don't care about your pain as a child. We know this. We know it. So there we go. Living here among them, but not like them. Can't be. Go back. Think of all the things that we called magic. All the magic moments that you did not know were miracle moments that happened in your life. Think back to all of the miracle moments. Go back into www.memory.com. Okay? Because you are at your best right now. And the enemy don't like that. He don't not like this side of you. Because you are courageous and you can withstand the winds and you know the waves cannot overtake you. You know this. So when they come and the enemy send out those role players that he has cast into the drama, and trying to bring that drama to you, just remember, hey, you bigger than that. You are so much bigger than that. You're like whatever that is that make the whales jump out the water and lay on the beach. If they could get up and walk, they would. I did not come here to bring the war. I came to bring the peace. I am a motivational speaker, and my name is Denise. And for those who try to bring upon my spirit reduction, you already know my name, and I do not need an introduction. Stay good, stay wonderful, stay awesome in your life. Work it out by falling on your knees, crying to the Lord, and He'll fulfill all your needs. Thank you so much for joining in to PLM. You can hear my song is in the background. It's time to end the show. I love you so much and thank you guys for joining in. Thank you to all of the listeners of PLM, People Like Me, Our Father's podcast with Denise Jenkins. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you to my subscribers. I thank all of you for listening to this podcast today because it was a very, very special blessing. of very special blessings were in it. This was a blessing for all of you to understand. Fall back, fall back. Life is real, real, real. Peace out to all of you, all of my sisters. I love you so much. I am my sister's keeper. Therefore, I shall keep my sisters out of trouble. I shall lead my sisters into sobriety. Yes, I shall. Because my sobriety brings out the best in me. I'm so happy that I am drug free. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. When you realize it is you, pray to God to move you out of your way. I love you all. Peace.